All right, welcome back to your view. Special edition happening live from the Crown Interchange at the massive JMPD operation to keep you and I safe during the festive season. We spoke earlier on to Geoff Makhubo, and of course later on we'll also talk to the MMC for the newly elected MMC for safety. I think it's MMC Mukwena, who will also join in our citizens roundtable that's happening after 11 o'clock tonight. But we'll also be talking to some of the motorists who are passing by the roadblock to bring you some of the sights and sounds from the Crown Interchange. It's been identified as a big crime hotspot, and that's why we are here tonight. The JMPD promising to clamp down on drunken drivers, criminals who are prowling the streets, and anyone who is non-compliant. Indeed, a message that they are sending is that we will be safer this festive season. But of course, the political developments has been as heated, and Geoff Makhubo has taken over as the new mayor of Johannesburg following the resignation of Herman Mashaba as the executive mayor of Johannesburg. And we're talking to him now about crime and corruption. Now, let's tackle the issue of just these 6,000 cases. What's your own feeling about it? You know, 6,000 cases, that's extraordinary for a city of this nature. I'm sure you must have been thinking about it. You're MMC for finance, so it's not like it's something that you will ignore if the resources of the city somehow are being wasted by people who have nefarious agendas.
Fortunately, the last 3 years, I was a member of the Municipal Public Accounts Committee.
Yeah.
I was an early ANC study group leader on a committee called Oversight Committee on Governance. Basically, it's an oversight committee on all the departments that report to the mayor. So General CBR reports to both those Section 79 committees.
Yeah.
We were worried about, firstly, it was 10 billion, 24 billion, 34 billion, 44 billion.
That has been designated as money stolen.
As money stolen and all that.
Yeah.
And then they link them with 4,000 cases, 5,000 cases, 6,000 cases. So we decided as the ANC then that we're not going to make a noise because we think this is not true, not true.
Yeah.
However, we're going to use council processes to try and get to the bottom of all this.
Yeah.
For 3 years, I can tell you, my leader in the MPEC, Councillor Jackie Lekgetho, fought the battle to say, please explain to us this 44 billion. We've had countless reports.
Yeah.
Some of them you can see that the numbers have been retrofitted to 44 billion. You count the numbers. We've got a spreadsheet. We've sorted it out per so-called crime, the crime type. Yeah. Irregular expenditure, unauthorized expenditure forms the bulk of it.
Yeah.
Illegal connections, part of it. Building hijacked buildings, part of it. What they term
it's
fraud
it's not one category of money stolen.
No.
Yeah.
What's termed fraud and corruption?
Yeah.
Is probably 10, 20 cases.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you look at the status, I can show you the next time we meet. Show you just the spreadsheet.
Yeah.
It says closed.
Which means what?
Well, I mean, there's a status. Whether it's got a case number. Very few of them have got a case number opened at Hillbrow, opened at Johannesburg Central, because we wanted to know the case number. What happened to the people? What's the recovery rate of if there's money lost? Now we thought to ourselves, look, let's wait for this report to be processed properly through council.
Yeah.
So that we can release it to the public to show the public that the so-called 44 billion.
Yeah.
Now, we are going to keep GIFIS because it's always been there. Remember, it has always been there under Group Risk and Assurance Services. Yeah. We are going to engage General CBR, but we are going to respect his independence.
Yeah.
Because forensic
I wanted to talk about that because my information, right, is that General CBR is frustrated where he is. He's frustrated because the cases that he has to deal with, right, have to be filtered by council. In other words, he has to be filtered by you guys as his masters. And by the way, he's complaining like this not because of you. You've just arrived. He's already been complaining, even under Mashaba, that in fact he feels restrained. He wants a situation where he can take the case if he thinks that Geoff Makhubo stole money and go straight to the NPA. Say, NPA, here is a docket, or here is a file or a dossier prosecute this guy. If you are talking about respecting his independence, would you support that kind of situation where Sibiya, if he sees a crime, doesn't need permission of counsel, right, to actually get that person prosecuted? Or do you think for good order, listen, your MMC for XYZ, Kibatata, please deal with him and whatever else? Because right now he's frustrated by what seems to be a constraint in his independence.
I'll be surprised that a top investigator, a general in the police, would know that the police, by their very nature, when they do their work, they don't even go to the minister to report that we are arresting this person. So I would expect, where you see a crime, deal with it, go report it. Whether you tell us afterwards that you've arrested JJ or you've arrested this person, it's a crime. A crime is a crime. In fact, you can't defeat the ends of justice. You can't be that when somebody has committed a crime and then I say don't arrest them or don't get them arrested. In fact, I must be arrested. because I'm doing something illegal. So anyone, not only General Sibiya, anyone who is aware of any crime committed in the city must go and report that crime. Anyone.
So you are assuring me that you are not going to interfere with Sibiya's cases that may implicate some of your own comrades. I mean, if it's 6,000 cases, there must be a lot of people who are going to be implicated, man.
Please look at that spreadsheet. We are Group Forensic Investigation Unit. Group Audit Committee. Group Risk Committee are independent in the city of Johannesburg. We're not going to tamper with the independence of any of the assurance services, of the investigative services, of risk services. They'll remain independent because they give assurance not only to us, they give assurance to council and they give assurance to the residents that things are in order in the city. So it's part of accountability.
Man, I have to ask you, are you irritated by the fact that, you know, the EFF and maybe even the DA wanted to rain on your parade, you know, as you are being elected mayor, to accuse you of corruption even the first week of, you know, of your arrival, and you've now had to explain. I don't know, I'm sure I'm the 20th journalist now who's going to ask you about your regiment's capital and what. But for those who are watching for the first time who didn't listen to our interview last week, summarize it for me. Were you involved in any way that where you could have used your power as MMC of Finance, very, very powerful position, right, to benefit your company that was working with Regiment Capital in a 30 million rand benefit from the city of Johannesburg?
The answer is a categorical no.
Okay.
Before 6.5 years before I joined the city, at the formation of regiments, we got into a commercial transaction to respond to a tender to set up a debt redemption fund. That debt redemption fund went on. I was the CEO of Mulwan Consulting then, a company that was in business since 1998. So people are just linking that just because it's regiments and people are jumping up and down. I have not done anything, used my power to benefit anyone, not only regiments, anyone in the city of Johannesburg.
So just give me the timeline. So when did your association regiment end, and when did your tenure as MMC of Finance start? Just give me that timeline clarity.
Look, I was the CEO of Mulwan Consulting, CEO owner of Mulwan Consulting, co-owned with my mother. So in 2011, because remember I can't be a full-time, like now, I've just resigned from the boards that I was part of. Because I'm now a full-time councillor, so I just can't be in boards. So 2011, we then resigned as CEO and said to the ANC and the mayor when he appointed me mayor, I have to start winding down the business. Please give me time to wind down the business. In any case, this contract that I have is supposed to end because they've issued the second tender. It's ending very soon. Now, at the award of the second tender, which I was not part of, it was interdicted by somebody else, not us. No decision making. But I left the company independent, and it was winding down, and it wound down. I started the process of resigning all my directorships at that time.
Has the ANC's Integrity Committee cleared you, though? Because the spokesperson of the ANC seems to have been at 6s and 7s when asked whether or not that committee cleared you before you could be made mayor.
I think I'd like to answer it this way, that
Yeah.
the report is ready.
Yeah.
It's being processed through the structures.
Okay, that sounds a bit complicated. Does it mean you are cleared? It's just that that clearance of in that report has not been tabled to the PEC.
Yeah, and the PEC will have to communicate
That matter
the matter
when they are ready.
Yeah, but
All right.
myself, remember, I engaged the
Yeah.
integrity committee more than thrice.
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Yeah. Okay. Rumor has it that people who were fired by Mashaba are already walking the corridors again, preparing to come and run your administration again. Can you just clear that up for me? Is there such a thing?
Hey, rumor. Rumor.
No,
man.
it's there. It's part of the political rumor mill. You know?
Rumor mill.
Yeah.
Look. There are people who left
Yeah.
when Mashaba came.
Yeah.
Others, I think they got into an arrangement. Others, I think Mashaba went to them and said, look, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
Others, we think that we took their case to the public protector because
Okay.
we thought already there's unfair paging.
Yeah.
Others, we thought that even the case was concocted. They're still at bargaining council.
Yeah.
In fact, there's one case. The city has asked for postponement, I think now 6 times. The guy is
Sure.
drowning in legal fees because
Sure.
they know they don't have a case. Now, of course, people come back and start, look, can you make representations because we think we're unfair. The case is at bargaining council.
Yeah.
Other case at labor court. So when people come and say, look, let's make representation and please we ask that our cases be reviewed, I cannot say no to say, look,
Yeah.
we can't be reviewing your cases because they're still at bargaining council.
Yeah.
I'm engaging the MMCU, the new MMC. I waited for her to settle. I'm waiting for her to settle.
Yeah.
To say, can you look at these cases? Because anyway, we believe when they came to council, we opposed. We believe that there is no substance to these cases. However, if there can be proof that they were released fairly, that they were dismissed fairly,
Yeah.
then let them go. But it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that people can't come to the mayor's office
Yeah.
to come and make representations. In fact, some who was at my office yesterday,
Yeah.
they came in red T-shirts.
The union itself.
The union
Yeah.
itself, the leadership
Yeah.
of the union. And these are suspended employees. They were suspended 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So they came and said, no, look, this is a dossier. This is why we are suspended. So it can't be that then people say, no, people who are suspended, they can't come into mayor's office.
can't come back, yeah.
I mean, that's walking the
But
corridors
in
of
your
the city.
own office, I mean, are there people who, you have already hired in this week who were fired by Mashaba for corruption?
No. There's no one that I've hired who was fired for corruption.
Yeah.
But definitely there'll be those who left
Yeah.
that I had confidence in their skills while I was
I
there.
see.
That I'll go fetch.
I see.
That's for sure. But if somebody has been fired by the city for whatever wrongdoing, we can't hire that person because
Yeah.
it's a city decision. It's not my decision.
Okay.
But those who left on their own accord and there's no restraint or restriction, I mean,
Yeah.
if I still believe that they can add value to the city, I'll fetch them.
All right. As we round off our conversation, after the break, I want to talk about your executive now. Right? Who are these people in your executive? Was there so much horse trading that you ended up just concocting an executive, where maybe you don't know the head or tail of some of these people? So I want to see, I want you to tell me after the break, Joledin, is it Joledin?
Jolly D.
Yeah, why is Joledin, qualifying to be an MMCO finance? The job you held, I'm very curious. But and I have no problem with Joledin. I just give him as an example. I want you to tell me after the break. We're talking to the mayor, Geoff Makhubo. He is already firing into the job, I can see, right, trying to run the city. And he tells me that if you are fired by the city for corruption, goodbye. But otherwise, if you were not fired for corruption, you just left because you didn't get along with Mashaba, you are welcome to come back. He'll tell us more about his executive. He appointed 10 MMCs to help him run the city. Because the MMCs who were under Mashaba, all of them, I'm sure, are looking for new jobs now, or they are backbenchers, because these are just a brand new team now in place. After the break, we carry on with that conversation with the newly elected mayor, Geoff Makhubo. Stay tuned.